winner of this game here between Mingos and Glacial Esports will have the higher seed in the League of Legends LSS here for One Life to play. We already have a scrap.
Yes.
Level 1 at the focus is Olaf, and he just drops instantly.
I'm not going to lie. This is what we love to see here.
This is what we love to see here. Try Olaf already going down. 1-0 lead for Mingos. But like I was saying, this is the League of Legends Saturday series brought to you by One Life to Play. I'm Diddy. I have Trifolge here with me.
Hello, hello, hello. And that's what we like to see in the start of the game. Woo! Unfortunately, League of Legends chat just says F you guys because we're trying to hide the chat as well as made the chat size down to 0%, and it's still showing up in our game. So
I don't see it in here, though.
Forget us.
Oh, there it is. Well, don't read the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
We apologize for that. Hopefully be not that distracting for you guys as we get into game here.
Yeah, and so this Heimerdinger pick makes a lot of sense into Malzahar. Typically, Malzahar likes to play into, melee champions or low wave clear champions so that he could just perma-push and have a safe lane that way by getting multiple bounces back to him that he can farm safely. Let's see if Mort eats this. He does. A nice auto here, too, for Cyan. That's a good trade. But the idea behind Heimer is, no, I will perma-shove you. You'll never get in range to army without getting hit by my turrets. And I like the idea of concept here with this mid lane pick.
I'm looking forward to seeing what this bot lane pulls out, like we said. When you're playing for the scale against a team who, on paper, we're saying is potentially better than you, that you lost to last week, a bot lane like that is very volatile. Okay, if that as they scale into the early game, if the Pantheon Jhin can land combos onto that Kai'Sa, you could say goodbye because they're going to really struggle in lane after that.
Oh, for sure. If they fall behind and miss, for example, if they were to get dove and miss this wave here, it'd almost be an unplayable game for Kai'Sa, I think. And we do see the Jhin and Pantheon are getting the push and a bit of chip damage here, but Kai'Sa Nautilus playing the lane par for course so far. We see a Mordhook landing on Cyan could mean a bit of damage here. We saw them scrapping a few seconds ago. Pretty even lane. Cyan usually does well into enemy opposing tanks, but Mordekaiser is a Conqueror tank that will heal on you, so really interesting 1v1 matchup there. I'd like to see how or what a Mordekaiser one trick would say about that matchup.
Yeah. We did see their Heimerdinger getting into the blue side jungle to get a deep ward and potentially, I think, a turret down into the brush next to mid blue side tower. Olaf making his way into...
Yeah, that could be a dive here. I think Cyan might go down. There's only a few minions to work with, but he doesn't kill those two.
Here comes Olaf.
He's right in that brush. Do they wait another wave? He's recalling in that brush right behind the Cyan. Cyan might be dead here.
Directed camera telling us, don't worry, guys. Things are a little chill.
Right. That is a flash force out of Jhin, which you don't expect to see. And the follow-up play here from Blue Team, we see Echo harassing the player for Glacial there. And let's see, Olaf actually elected to...
Yep, here comes the dive.
Dive here should be pretty easy. He will flash the... Oh! Hwangi there with the flash follow-up and the E to strike him down. The dead Cyan almost chases him away, but actually... he gets away, so yeah, he throws just the axe. Cyan wisely flashes that, and you'd think the play ends there, but not lands a hook. And is this the Kai'Sa Nautilus looking to turn the lane? Pantheon stepping up pretty far. And I think because of the sequence that happened in the river, the Kai'Sa Nautilus lane is actually able to get control and get a nice crash there. So that's meaningful as well.
I think as long as they keep the pressure on and they control the wave in the correct fashion, then they do have a bit of advantage here, and hopefully they can take that and roll with it and not give it up.
Right. Continue the momentum and complete your items on curve as Kai'Sa. You can find yourself with some angles to get into the game and even get ahead. And if that happens, the comp for Mingos will be looking nice.
Yeah, minion management and back timings are going to be very important for the Mingos bot lane.
Most definitely. And I think Kai'Sa did get a nice recall here. You see she's only down 4 CS as she returns to lane. Which means she probably has a wave to pick up because of the crash, and she'll be about even. And that is as much as you can ask for out of your bot lane.
Yeah, we see Malzahar TP mid as well as the red side bot lane taking their base right now after wave comes in. And potentially Olaf looking to solo this dragon here.
Yeah, he just approached it here, and now Echo is on his own top side. So it's not exactly a split map here because despite Echo invading the blue side jungle not long ago, it is Olaf now who is on this side able to solo out Drake. But will he be spotted out by the Nautilus? Probably not. I think he'll get away with that.
I think they just put the ward down in the river, and unfortunately he's already deep in the pit, so that ward's not going to catch vision of him.
Mordekaiser in a 1v2 that looks doable, but the Echo probably DPSs him down while Sion just runs away. I'm not sure. Does the healing in the Conqueror come through? Echo with some burst damage gets soaked by the shield. The Sion decimating smash.
Darn. And you know what's so ironic about that is it looked like he was so close to being outside of the hit range for that. And he still got tagged. But what a valiant effort right there, because that was so close for him to be able to pick up 1-for-1. But unfortunately, he goes down.
Yeah, I got to say, brave by all three players.
Yes.
Because the Echo was looking like he was in trouble. The Sion was obviously really low. And it was the Mordekaiser who looked like he was going to 2v1 that. I've seen it done many times, the Mordekaiser. That fat shield soaking the Echo passive damage looked like the right play, but it ended up being the decimating smash taking him out. And we got a game on our hands, Try. This is not like last week. Last week when these two teams faced off, I think it was fairly one-sided for the side of Glacial. As we see Echo will get stunned on Olaf. He instantly starts smacking away, forcing the flash. Can he take the blue and get away with it, or will he get Malzahar ulted right here? He must go down now. And that's blue team Zulfer here. But they'll face check a Heimerdinger, who drops his combo, does a lot of damage. Kaisa Nautilus in a 2v1. Jin, no flash. He is as good as dead. Goes over to Humongous. And we have a continuation here.
Wow. I love to see a Fiesta play like that. They are catching Olaf in the jungle, taking red buff. The whole entire team minus Sion, or Sion was there. Woo! The whole entire team converging in on that red side, or the blue side red buff, taking down Olaf, and then
the pick on
Heimerdinger did
Jin
not pick
as
up
well.
anything there, but the camera moved. I wasn't sure if he picked up the kill.
Oh, right.
But that means red buff going over to Malzahar. Malzahar picking up a kill with his ult there.
Yeah, so as Olaf, like, you use your R to get out of the Echo stun, but you have to be aware of Malzahar too. So they patiently wait out that Olaf R and then drop the Malzahar ulti, and he was dead. And yeah, Try, it was just a greedy invade, I guess, for that red buff. Maybe expecting Echo to be split map looking for Herald. Because when Olaf takes Drake and Echo then ganks top, you would assume Echo would maybe invade Olaf's top side and look to make a Herald play. But Echo actually recalls, goes into his own weak side, and catches Olaf with his hand in the cookie jar, resulting in a really nice play win for Mingos.
Yeah, someone should have told Olaf that you need to be careful of when you're trying to grab cookies. You don't want your parents to catch you, and he got caught right there.
Yep.
Red-handed.
That was like getting caught by grandma.
Yeah, spanked his ass.
All right, and let's see, where is our game state? We have Drake. It's a cloud spawning in 2 minutes, and it's an Infernal that goes down, so it will be either Mountain or Ocean Soul. Two very relevant Cloud Soul possibilities here on the table for us. And another thing to add is Olaf is up quite a bit in the farm department against Echo. This is to be expected, I would say, but maybe not to this degree.
It all depends. I mean, you did say that Echo did get some buffs against monsters, so his clear should be a bit better. So I guess...
Here's the 2v2. So when the Pantheon shield drops, I think they could just DPS him down and Kaisa can walk away. Let's see if she gets away. The ulti will soak the Jin Q. That was really nice by Humongous. And now that is a 1-for-0 where Pantheon is now dropping in the 2v2. The implications that has on this game is actually huge.
Yeah, now we see Kaisa is 2-0-1 with 150 gold bounty, and Mingos is up 4 kills. So, you know, we were thinking that bot lane would go one way, and it looks like it's going the other. So, like we said, as long as they keep this momentum, they keep this control, get good back timings, take control of the wave, I wouldn't say it's over. I think, you know, with the right scenario, Jin and Pantheon definitely could still take this Kaisa down. But with the way Kaisa's playing here, very methodical, playing well. That ultimate was great.
Yeah.
As long as she keeps it up, it's going to be very difficult for them to get back into this game as Kaisa scales into late.
Exactly. And Kai'Sa's one of those champions where when you play against it, it's like if the Kai'Sa is insane and plays absolutely perfect, there's kind of nothing you can do, right? She does every mode of damage. She does a ton of AP, a ton of AD. Can Giga Carry, has Invis, has a shield, has a dash, has poke, has DPS, has burst, right? But it's all up to that player. But the reason Kai'Sa's S tier nowadays is because she actually can output damage pre-one item, and especially once she gets this Kraken Slayer try, you'll be interested to see how much damage she drops. As Echo will engage, lands the stun on the Pantheon. Once the shield goes down, he is as good as dead. Sticky arms with the kill here on Echo.
Heimerdinger needs to be careful here. Echo, oh yeah. I wasn't thinking that ult was going to come down. I was thinking he had to be careful of the Echo, and then I saw the Malzahar ult come out immediately, and I just knew it was over. Sticky Arm's going to go down to Olaf.
To Olaf with the trade. He could maybe 1v4 this for 2 kills. He's still swinging, and he's healing. Can he get humongous? Oh. He gets a triple. He's still going. The Jhin ulti support. This is going to be an Olaf quadra kill.
Oh,
there it is.
God.
Hwangi.
Play the Olaf quadra kill in practically a 1v4. We had Jhin ult coming in from right field, but that did not matter because the Olaf was just spanking those guys. He said, those are my damn cookies, and I'm getting them whether you like it or not.
He went in Grandma's room and took them out her hand while she's watching the soap opera right there. As we see a 2v1 here. Here's the support roam top. The decimating smash will go wide. Here's the stun. I don't think they have the damage even with the hook. I think that, I think that Sion is shilling here. And, yeah, no play as a result. But try that Olaf play was before he completed his Gore Drinker, which he absolutely has in the shop. Imagine a Gore Drinker, AoE damage, and healing in that scenario.
Yeah, that was huge for the game here. It's bringing the game closer together. It's 7-5 now. But gold is looking like Glacial is up in gold by almost, 1K gold up. Yeah. And Olaf with a 450 gold bounty.
Echo harassing the Heimer, but gets stunned up by the Pantheon and will drop immediately. Really nice counterplay from Pantheon here.
Yeah, I like what they did there. Was like potentially it looked like Malzahar, was kind of open there as Nautilus was coming in. They didn't get too greedy. I was a little worried there that after they get that play and then Malzahar looks like he's alone there, they might jump on him. The moment they jump on him, here comes Nautilus out from the brush right in front of Red Buff, and it would have been a terrible scenario for them. But they took what they got and left it at that. Smart plays, trying to keep this lead that they have and bring it back. They are up 2 dragons as well.
That's right. So Hwangi BF here on the Olaf, really making that pick count in the early game and helping out his Jhin Pantheon lane that has fallen behind and the Heimer that is doing, fine. But really carrying the early game here on the Olaf pick. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, I think they really need to get that early lead. Like right now we're saying game is pretty close. They're only up 2K gold, down 1 kill. I don't know if that's going to be enough to contest this late game powerhouse that Mingos has.
You know what they need, tries the Drake Soul. I think you just play 100% for Drake win condition. It's going to be, we have a Malzahar ulti in the 1v1 scenario. I don't think the Heimer will drop. He's actually advancing forward. He's still burning. So he does fall. They get the Olaf ultimate as well, and it's a 1-for-0. Here we go with the Echo engage. Something makes him snap back to the bush. Here comes his ulti. Big burst damage, and Humongous will take down Lamelia and get himself a double. Now that is Kraken Slayer coming in premium. Wait a second.
Yeah, in the meantime, while that play is happening, Olaf is in the mid lane soloing Malphite after he picked up that kill.
Malzahar.
Malzahar, and wow, they're all over the map right here.
That must have been an interesting play from Zulfer here in the mid because last we saw try the camera. Wait a second, Mordekaiser just making young bones younger.
So that's an unofficial ace.
Is it really an ace?
Unofficial ace across the map. I think they took down everyone there. Maybe
Kai'Sa got the double and her teammates died. It's actually a trade.
I'm just thinking like there's so much action going on there.
Dude,
I got lost.
We can't even follow. But the Mordekaiser now beating out the Sion in the top. It looks like a trade of all kinds of roles here. Different advantages emerging. But at the end of the day, I think Kai'Sa is probably the most important piece here. But the Olaf seems with the Gore Drinker here, if you are fighting him face-to-face, he's up 40 farm as well, tries. So that Olaf is absolutely monstrous.
Olaf is in the position to just steamroll this game and take it away for his team. The rest of the team not doing so hot, but as far as farm goes, it could be worse. So I think as long as they play it right, and like you said, they prioritize these dragons, go for the soul, they still have potential to take this game away before Mingos hits late game power spikes.
Yeah, definitely. You just get this Mountain Drake in 1 minute. You see they're kind of setting up already here. They're going to want to push in the bot lane if that's possible. But here we come with the Scion. Alton through the middle. He will miss, but he's in a pretty good spot. Hwangi is advancing on the Malzahar who ults him, but it doesn't matter. He's still swinging. He turns to Echo now. 1, 2, 3. Echo's forced to ult away. It's all Hwangi right now on this Olaf. He probably still has Gore Drinker. I don't think he's scared at all. And now those kills mean that Drake in 50 seconds is likely going over to Glacial.
Yeah, they do need to be careful here because Echo is still alive. He does not have ult, but if he can get over into that Dragon Pit with his E, there's a potential steal.
I think it's level 12 to level 9 in the jungle try. That smite is going to be doing like close to 200 more damage than Echo's, maybe 150.
Oh, man, that is brutal.
Oh, the hook lands on the Olaf. No ulti. Is this the pick chance? Humongous has opened up. He's trying to drop the GPS, but look at that Gore Drinker heal. Now Humongous is forced to peel away. We got TPs coming in. Can blue team win this fight? It looks like it's possible. Sticky Arms is defeated. Popping. The Pantheon will drop, and now it's a chase on the Olaf, who turns with his ult. Can he Gore Drinker this? No, he can't.
I was so close to saying this Olaf is unstoppable.
But wait a second. It's red team. So if they're going to give this Drake, that means they're going to get a ton of blue team's base at this point. Glacial, the Zelfer has approached. Now he's in the death realm. I don't think there's a way he can get out of this. He will just drop for free for walking too close to Mordekaiser. And now is it going to be red team's Drake? There's no one in the pit. You think when blue team won the fight that they would get the Drake, but the red team counter pressure in the mid lane meant that they had to respond or else they would lose their base, maybe an inhib turret. So good macro movement from it was Heimerdinger and Mordekaiser, right? Yeah, in the mid lane to stop counterplay. But Humongous is opened up, and look at that AD diff right there.
Yeah,
Kaisa in a one-on-one.
Just showing the prowess of having those extra buffs. But, I mean, seriously, here he's 6-1-2 and just scaling into late game.
And he has Kraken Slayer. Try this item, has gotten buffed a couple times, and Kaisa loves it. She just does a ton of burst damage and damage over time. Yeah,
looking at the top scoreboard here, the teams do not look too different. But if you take a look at our bottom scoreboard here and you look at these stat lines for our champions here, I think I'm going towards the side of Mingos because, yeah, Olaf is 7-3, but as we get later and later into the game, I don't think that's going to be as impactful with the rest of his team kind of falling behind to Mingos.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I would probably favor. It's really hard to say.
It's hard to say at this point because now we see Glacial picking up.
Right. The trade objective here, taking the Herald.
Yeah, and I did miss it, but Mingos did get the Drake there while he was taking Herald. So
I think whoever gets next Drake is likely to win the game. So if Mingos gets the next Drake, ties it up, and that also means that they didn't, lose a team fight or anything, they're probably going to scale into this game. Unless Glacial can use that third Drake to bait something, maybe drop a Herald, take a few towers, and really hard trade for that Drake. If Mingos gets it, then I do like them better. But right now I think I'm still leaning towards Glacial here. Just the 4 turrets to 0. As we see, the Echo will engage on Mordekaiser. Starting to do some respectable damage, but now he's in the death realm. Forced to ulti the first Q. I think he gets out of here. Drops some damage, but wait a second. The Mordekaiser absolutely bursts him.
I don't think this is going to be enough. I think Mordekaiser's going to take them both down, and he does while there's still a fight going on.
He's smacking. Now we have a 3v3 right here with a beautiful Nautilus ultimate. Opens up the Kaisa, who is dipping and dashing around the Olaf. Can he get on her? The flash over the wall. Really nice kiting by Humongous. You know what they say about guys who can kite really well?
What do they say?
I'm not. That they
have big shoes?
They have big shoes to fill in the LSS as the weeks go on.
They do.
Because Humongous is putting on a great performance here. He needs to keep this up.
He is. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's 8-1 now, maybe even 9-1 after.
Watch the Kaisa here. The flash over the wall is key because now Olaf can't continue. If Olaf kills her and gets Triumph, then he's just smacking on a Nautilus for 2 seconds. Nautilus dies, and then he's just Scion is like basically healing for him. So that could have been maybe another Olaf double kill with the Scion running away.
But like we said, I think the Kaisa is starting to take off, and Olaf starting to slow down a bit. And really right there, he was in a scenario where after his teammates went down, there's not much he could do, and Kai'Sa's just whittling him down until he dies.
But the Nautilus ultimate made that happen. Like, if not for that beautiful Nautilus ultimate,
the 3-man ulti.
Right, then it could have been a completely different play. And look at this Echo burst. He will go right behind the Pantheon as he's shield up and bop him. But eyes on the Mordekaiser here. He's an absolute monster. He's going to force everyone out. Here's Olaf ulti, trying to get on Sticky Arms. Sticky Arms runs away. The Echo needs to be a bit crafty. He'll ult back, but some of the red members were ready.
So we did see the Kai'Sa heal there, save Nautilus from the Jhin proc, or the
Really
Q.
nice then. Yeah, and Echo gets away clean too, so.
Oh, and he's going right to start Baron. Is this the correct play here?
Yeah, I think they can kill it. Like, Baron is so easy to kill this season. It's insane. So you have Heimerdinger damage, and Olaf can heal, and, you know, yeah.
I don't think blue team. I think blue team is becoming aware right now as they're making their way in. The rest of the team is mid, making their way
contest.
towards River.
They should be happy they spotted it out. Olaf has to make a decision here to stick
Pantheon
or to run.
Down.
Here comes the red TP. If that's the Mordekaiser, they need to be aware of him. They can't let him on Kai'Sa. He has Kai'Sa in the death realm. This is massive for the fight.
Oh, Kai'Sa's gonna go
Multiple
down here.
teams are in the Baron pit, though. Blue team gets it. Kai'Sa goes down, though. So they probably want to just get it and run. But red team members are so low.
Young Bones coming in.
Here comes Sion. He gets the ulti. He drops the Pantheon. Is the Echo damage enough? No. Echo instantly drops the Jhin damage. Without the Kai'Sa, they can't fight, and they're learning that lesson here. And that's kind of an even trade. I mean, Baron goes over to blue team, but they lose two of their most important members.
He's putting some vision down, being greedy. I think it's going to cost him his life.
Mordekaiser just completely burning everything he walks into.
And he does. Sion getting picked up by Heimerdinger.
This game's a banger.
It is a banger. He went over into the and there's more.
Mordekaiser's still slamming. They need to perma-respect the Mordekaiser and play around him and wait for their Kai'Sa, but it's red team now getting some value out of that Herald, chunking top turret down to very low, but it's the Baron minions for blue team. The Echo smite. We didn't get to see exactly what was going on in the pit. The camera was watching the Kai'Sa Mordekaiser, but great smite.
I was watching the Kai'Sa Mordekaiser too. I was watching that play going, oh no, I think she's dead.
And she did not get a QSS. So she has to rely on staying far away from the Mordekaiser. If you pick up a QSS there, then the Mordekaiser can't really ult you. You know, you just remove it. But maybe she didn't have the 1300 on that death, but not getting the QSS means she needs to avoid that Mord. He's an absolute unit. At 3 items here, we have Riftmaker, Nashers. That's the Kale build. That was nerfed. Apparently still good on Mordekaiser. And now Azanya's too. That champion's going to be hard to kill unless Kai'Sa's
it looks
free.
like this dragon's going to be contested
here's
as well.
the steal attempt, and the Echo gets it. Sticky Arms.
Wow.
Landing the smites. Man.
As we said, I think this is the turning point for this game here. Mingos is still down a little bit of gold, but now they have 2 Mountain Drakes, and they are up in 2 kills. Kai'Sa is 8-2. Just absolutely going to become a powerhouse into this game.
Yeah, for sure. Remember, she still has her upgrades, her evolves. Looking at her build, I'm not sure exactly where she is right now. She might have the Empower Q and Invis, and I'm not sure if she gets the boosted AP, but nevertheless, Kai'Sa with 3 items plus does a ton of damage. And it's the Mordekaiser who has emerged out of top lane as kind of the carry for Glacial, at least for now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think Olaf has picked up many kills in the last few fights, as Mordekaiser's just, you know, I mean, honestly, his damage is surprising to me.
Yeah,
when he bot lane 2v1, got both of them. Wow, I was surprised with the damage there. Got to be honest.
Now Foot Clan's here. Well, it is a Scion. Okay, good dodge.
Oh, a little bit of that mastery.
Oh, the level 6 Pog. In a bit of a neutral state here. Baron, I believe, is one off. But the Echo, here comes the E. Proto Belt, Q, Auto. Goodbye to La Amelia. And here's an Nautilus hook forcing the Olaf ulti that soaks the Mel's ulti, but he still might drop. Here comes the Kai'Sa ult. And the Nautilus, he got so much with that Olaf ulti, but they just ran him down.
Sion,
and here comes
fear.
Sion just
with that
ulting.
level 6 mastery, he says, I don't care about these towers. Is he going to take him down here?
This is some bounce action right
You
here,
were
and I
right,
think
Diddy. That is a true Pog champ with that level 6 mastery.
Hey, that's a level 6
Just,
gets
woo.
you. You understand your limits. You go in between the enemy's turrets and just drop that damage. But yeah, Sion shouldn't sit there and really fight the actual top laner. I'm sorry, Pantheon shouldn't stand toe to toe with an actual top laner. But we see Moore did get the ulti here on the Malzahar. He is probably toast. He will flash. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't think you flash here because all you can do is float away at this point. And Zemsta.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay on the flash there. Flashing just to dodge 1Q while still inside the ultimate. Gonna
It's
seal
so
his fate.
it's force of habit. Like
Yeah, you
first
just
of all,
see that coming down and you want to live.
you're terrified when you're in that thing, and then when that Q comes down, okay, now they will
Pantheon
trade
coming
back.
back with a vengeance
Okay,
on the Scion. He says, "Young Bones, I'm
this
not
could
letting you get
be
away with that
okay. No,
kill."
Jin is too fast. What is this? A 2v1 Heimerdinger versus Kai'Sa and Nautilus. A bit of CC and that Kai'Sa burst coming through. Is there a trade on the Naut? There is not. Try. We just have 2v1s and 2v3s going on everywhere, all over the map.
It's a bit of a chaotic game here.
Just a bit.
I like it.
I do too. Very entertaining match, and the gold is only about a 1,500 difference for Glacial here. Drakes are 2-2. Try. Remember I said whoever got 4 Drake would win the game. That is now Mingos, who I think is actually looking like they could turn the game, but I think it's really anyone's game. Here's
Yes,
another
this is a
Echo
much-
engage, and it's the Gale Force. It's the Gale Force that got Jin away there.
Yeah, I think this game is much closer than we expected as it was playing out in the early game. It seemed like it was really going to go one way, and then it seemed like it was really going to go the other, and now it's, it's anybody's game at this point.
Oh, don't walk into a Mordekaiser. You might be as good as dead. How crafty is Echo here? He will use ult. The shield doesn't hit, but I think he gets away. Yep. Oh, hopping that wall is really nice. Now the Mord is in a 1v3. He will then flash, so flash for Echo R.
He's in a 4v1 scenario.
A bit more burst
down here, but there's no objectives to take. Baron's up in 15. We got a 50-second timer on Mordekaiser, so we might see potentially a.
That's a full send for Baron. I think you kill their strongest guy, and Baron's up in 7 seconds.
So we see Malzahar in the bot lane, but he does have TP. Echo's making his way out of base right now, so I don't think they're going to have the time to do this. They don't have the time or the numbers. Olaf making it. I think they're going to go for Dragon. Sorry, I meant Echo. Echo's making his way into bot side jungle. I think they're going to prioritize the Dragon that's up in 25 seconds.
I disagree with that play call, but let's see how this 1v1 should go to Olaf, but he's already used ulti. So Malzahar wanted to do a late ult, but that's a 1 for 0.
I think if I'll wait.
Echo looking for a trade and might just drop now. They're going to surround the stasis. He will flash. He has no ulti, though, so follow flash by Olaf, who can now run Sion down. It's the Kai'Sa and Nautilus are in top lane, so these guys are just basically running away or they're free food. It's a complete split from Mingos being punished by Red Team, and now you just have Mordekaiser, who's going to actually be able to ulti the Kai'Sa in a 2v1. And that's a mismanagement from Mingos. He could maybe even walk this Naut down. Naut's going to have to play Spider-Man. It's not.
He gets him with the Jin stun.
It's underwhelming.
I think what they needed to do there in hindsight was
rush the Baron 5v4.
As soon as Echo was leaving base, he goes directly to Baron, and once Malzahar finished shoving the wave in bot, he just TPs right away.
Yeah. 1,000%. You killed their strongest member in the Mordekaiser. Just send everyone Baron.
What is that Scion skin?
World Breaker, maybe?
World Breaker? Because that base he just had was pretty nice.
Pretty cute.
Yeah.
Did it look like World Breaker base?
I'm a skin to win kind of guy.
Yeah. Dude, maybe that skin's
you have
OP.
to skin when you're like gold plat average, you got a skin to win.
Oh. But does it actually help you?
Duh.
What about Faker?
Well, I don't know. I probably spent more money on League than Faker has.
Faker's made money on League. Anyway, we have a banger game on our hands. So a bit of a mismanagement from Mingos, I think. In macro, splitting up, sending a few members to Drake, who all just died, sending 2 members top, who just get 2v1 by Mord. But can they bounce back and ultimately scale this game away? Kai'Sa has 3 items now.
Yeah, I think as long as Kai'Sa just avoids that Mordekaiser, she's going to be in a great place. She's 10-3 with
still
3
no
completed
QSS
items
though.
plus boots.
Still no QSS. Like
it's kind of like a, like following a build path kind of mistake.
Yeah.
Like not building specifically for
Here's
the game
Echo
that's happening right in
engage.
front of you.
Gets the Gale Force away from Jin. That's a 60-second cooldown.
I think maybe she should have picked up that QSS after she finished second item.
Yeah, if Mord ulting you means you die, you kind of need a QSS unless your team has, like, can deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
The worst is playing a champion like a top laner that if he ults you, you die, and you can, like, say you're behind, like Camille, I don't want to get a QSS, so, that's the worst.
It is. It's hard to make that decision of, you know, right now she's 10-3. Does she decide to just keep building damage to scale into, you know, just taking these fights? But
I think it's never too late because of,
like, if if they fight right now and she dies, it's potentially game.
Yeah. Not to mention, you could use the QSS on a Jin W, a Pantheon stun, a Heimer grenade if you needed to.
Yep, and we do so. Mordekaiser all is back up. They are shoving in 3 waves into blue base with Baron buff, so they need to be cautious here. I think if the play is to just clear these waves, kind of wait out the Baron, try and protect your towers, save inhibs if you can.
They're doing a not bad job either of just clearing the waves out and keeping them right outside the base.
Yeah.
Even if one inhib were to go down here with Baron, that's not too bad. And they'll get Olaf ulti as well. Do they lose bot turret for that commit? No.
I don't think so.
No, because Kai'Sa's down here who has reasonable ways to kill Baron minions. So does Malzahar.
Oh, Echo going for the engage.
Yeah, is there a Gale Force? They get the Jin flash. That's really important. Here comes
they need to
Olaf,
watch
who
out for
remember
this
has
Olaf.
no ulti. Olaf has no ult and no flash, and he's in the base. Okay, so
Gets
they
the
will
Q
suss
on
him out.
sticky arms, though. Slows him down. Otherwise, I think he would have got on him. I don't think with his that health pool, he's got enough to burst him. But, yeah.
And it's he's going to start hitting the turret here. Taking the turret, but no ult, no flash. I think he just dies for this,
Yeah,
unless he can Gore Drinker his way out.
But here comes Kai'Sa with the ulti.
There's the Gore Drinker. It's good damage, but Kai'Sa can
so I
deal
think now
with.
they need to make their play. They need to go all in right now in a 4v5.
Yeah, because
Baron's
Pantheon
down.
is probably dead here. And so if you're going to let Pantheon die, you should just retreat at this point, take the top inhib, and be okay with that. But that is actually a respectful defense from Mingo. So only lose 1 inhib, get a couple trade kills.
Gets 2 kills. Dragon is up in 1 minute, so now they can maybe take this time during respawn timers to get a little bit of control.
Cyan's going in to the Mordekaiser, who will now ult him, and does he kill here? I think he does. Look at those autos with the Nashers. Jesus, the Riftmaker as well. Mistakes were made into this Mord, who now has to Zanyas because Humongous can DPS him, so he Zanyas and flashes, but is able to kill the Cyan and get out.
I think a little bit of a misplay there to get greedy for the kill. I think the play there was to take those respawn timers. They give you a chance to now get control of your lanes, get the waves pushed out, and try and get vision control around Dragon while you have 5 members and they only have 3.
Yeah.
Dragon's going to be up in 15 seconds. In this time frame, they could have done all of that potentially and then been ready for Dragon for a 5v5 scenario with control of lanes and river.
You said it, Chai. That's exactly right. So what I would have liked to see is you walk them out, basically. Make sure they don't recall and spend the gold that they just accumulated. See if they look for anything crazy. Walk them out and then take control of that Drake pit. But
yeah, so now they're in trouble. Red team does have control of
Cyan is
Dragon
alive
pit.
with TP, though. So here he is with the TP. It's going to be a 5v5. The implications of this fight are massive. He will start with the Olaf. I don't think Olaf... Oh, wait, it's a 2v1. They'll get the Olaf ulti. He will run away. His flash is coming up soon. Here comes Red TP. It's the Mordekaiser. Sticky arms. The Echo is in the Death Realm. That's good for blue team because Humongous dealing with Pantheon. But wait, he'll drop to the Olaf. Kai'Sa going down first probably means red team wins. Heimerdinger has a lot of turrets up doing a ton of damage. Blue team needs to work together. But Olaf's still alive. Here comes the Malzahar ulti, but no team to support. This is a red team fight win. Kai'Sa dropping early means everything, and now they will advance to Drake and claim their soul.
Yes, wow. So what a play there by Olaf. I think, you know, he gave Sion the illusion of, you know, it's going to be a 1v1 as I come around that tri-brush. But in reality, here comes the Mordekaiser TP, and now it's a full-on brawl. Everybody in poor positioning, and unfortunately, Mingo's just going to go down.
Yeah, it's all about the Kai'Sa. She was dealing with the Pantheon, trying to DPS the nearest target, right? But the Pantheon's stun actually put her in a position that other teammates could follow up. Maybe some Heimerdinger over the top damage and like an Olaf axe was enough to kill the Kaisa there.
Yeah, so they take mid inhib as well as the bot tower.
Kaisa has QSS now.
I think a little too late here for her, unfortunately. But Baron going over to red team.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
No, it is not. So now they have Soul as well as Baron. No inhibitor towers for blue team. I think this is where red team is going to start snowballing into the win. If they keep this momentum up, it's going to be really, really hard for Mingos to deal with it. Kaisa is going to have to play impeccably. She's going to have to be very cautious of when she uses that QSS. You don't want to use it too early. If you use it in a scenario where you're not going to die and then you get Mordekaiser ultied, you know, it's going to be game.
I definitely agree. Moore did all echo last fight, and Kaisa still died, though. So she
did not have QSS yet, though.
Right. There are many threats here. And, I think you're right. I think they're going to close this game out. We see Heimerdinger bringing up top, Mordekaiser bringing up bot, and the rest of the team are mid. So you empower 3 waves of Baron minions with only those 2 inhibs up. Should be a game win, I think.
Are they going to walk into this
This is a nice trap right here.
Oh, but Kaisa walking out, she's going to
opens up on Olaf, does not do much.
Olaf playing a little passive there. Doesn't know who's around. Didn't want to commit too hard.
I like that bush stack try because I think time's running out. Like, you are facing an inevitable defeat if you don't do something creative. Yeah. And here we go with Sion feels the pressure, will engage onto the Heimer, which guarantees the Q. Here comes Kaisa with a bit of damage, but her Q goes to the minions.
Here's that creativity you were talking about. Heimerdinger going down. Now they need to get back to base.
Can they 5v4? Echo gets stunned up and killed before you can even ulti, but watch the Kaisa. She has to deal with Olaf. What can she do? There's the flash. Can't even turn an auto or she might die. Olaf is disengaged, but the Jhin with the Gale Force auto will kill the Kaisa, and that is probably GG.
Yes, it is.
For Glacial Esports.
That was a really fun game to watch, I'm not going to lie.
That was an awesome game.
As the game's closing out, it looks like we freeze.
We're frozen, Zach.